I don't know if they're ever going to let us on again.
I don't know that. I mean, like I said, Brandon, Maddie nailed it. I'm out for them, man.
I think some executive decisions might need to be made.
They might need to.
Welcome back to What the FLX. This week we got the return of Dave. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing groovy.
You doing groovy?
Yeah.
You're bringing that groovy
Working
back.
On it. One day at a time.
That's right. Well, you are kind of the last person to have joined the new version of the podcast. What do you think of the?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun watching you all do this. It's been really awesome.
You've been in every episode.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
You're at the end.
Yeah,
you do the groovy sign off.
That's true.
Dave, end the podcast.
Stay groovy.
Hello, this is Dave.
Hey, Dave, end the podcast.
Stay groovy.
As usual, we've gone to a lot of different places, met a lot of different people, different businesses in the county. One of the places, we're going to get right into it.
Okay.
See that?
Diving right in.
Right into it.
Wow, you're serious.
Okay. Oh, yeah. This is no joke.
Oh, no.
One of the first places we went to was Golden Age Cheese, which was an experience in itself because we got to do a little bit more than the average person. We got a little behind-the-scenes tour of the production. Not what I expected, I'll be honest.
What? And how is that?
I don't know what I was expecting,
Okay.
I'll be honest.
So
I wasn't expecting, so they took us to the, what would you call it, a factory? I don't even know what you call that. Processing plant. Yeah. They took us back there, and they had these large vats, what do you call them?
Sure.
Giant rectangular buckets.
These were pretty long. I mean, they were very long. I didn't expect it to be that way either. I love cheese.
Yeah.
It's one of the things when I was a kid I wasn't supposed to eat, but I had to eat something, right? So, because I couldn't eat nuts or chocolate. But cheese was the other one, and I'm like, I just love cheese. But
the lesser of evils.
Yeah.
For you.
It was, literally. It was the one that would bother me the least,
Yeah.
So I'm a big cheese fan.
Yeah.
And I've really loved Golden Age cheese, so I've been hyping him up for a while now. So an opportunity to go and see how that's actually made, because like you said, we're all used to getting the wrapped product at the end.
Yeah.
So to actually see that process, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what surprised me the most was I'm not one who has I guess I found out over the years that I'm not one who has a very sensitive nose. I thought it would be a lot smellier.
Oh, yeah.
Because of cheese. Cheese is it can get smelly when it comes to different cheeses. And I thought at least the process of it being made would be smellier.
Sure.
And
I was surprised at how clean it was. I mean, it was really very clean and pristine, and for being in any kind of is a factory, really. So, I mean, in that kind of processing environment, they really dial in on, keeping it clean and they're all natural with their products too. So it kind of translates into the finished product, and the whole process, is pretty fun to watch.
And speaking of keeping everything clean, we had to wear hair nets.
Yeah.
And also if you're bearded,
hair.
we had some beard nets, and that was just a funny look.
Yes.
For sure.
Yep. That should be our new photos for our website, I think.
I think you're right. Yeah, front page.
About us.
Yeah.
Crazy people in hairnets.
If not the thumbnail of this video.
Yeah, that's right.
But we got a great tour from Matthew.
Yep.
Who showed us around and everything. And if I remember correctly, they were making two different cheeses at the time that we were there. They were making a lot of mozzarella and cheddar, but the cheddar was specific to cheese curds, I believe.
Yep.
Which I love. Again, cheese curds. So good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's funny because I just was at a gathering with friends yesterday, and they're from the Horseheads area. And we were they have friends visiting from Texas right now, and they're talking about poutine because they might try and get some stuff Canadian.
Yeah.
And my friend's like, oh, my gosh, if you want poutine, just go down to Golden Age Cheese. He goes, they had the cheese curds and everything right there. They're so spectacular. Yeah. My brain stopped right in the middle of that.
No, it's fine.
Did you notice?
I feel like you were about to get the name of a business confused, and then you were right.
I was
the whole time.
I was like,
you
yeah,
doubted
I
yourself,
did.
but you didn't
That's
need to.
exactly. I'm like, wait a minute, am I wrong here?
Yeah.
Am I going? Oh, it's not. Yeah.
When you have all that knowledge that Dave has, some days you just blah.
It's like a cavern in there.
It's
There's a lot of stalactites
it's a
and
maze.
stalagmites dripping down.
Well, Golden Age Cheese was a fantastic trip right over in Addison, I believe.
Woodhall.
Over in Woodhall.
In Woodhall, yeah.
Which was, is, I don't know where I'm going with this. I want to restart.
They've been making cheese out there since the 1800s.
Really?
So there's some of that knowledge. That's about all I've got.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, we've been making cheese in Steuben County. A lot of the communities back in the 1800s had their own cheese makers. I mean, that was just a common thing. But over the years, they've kind of faded away. And we have a couple very small farms that make cheese. And then Golden Age, which gets all its milk, from regional, local folks. So they're still doing it. They're over 40. They've been going for over 40 years.
Wow.
But they've been making cheese in Woodhall since the 1800s. We did a cheese tasting, so that was probably the best part. Let's go, because that was a lot of fun. Because they had the cheese curds, and they had, I think, Maddie got garlic. I think a couple people got a few different varieties.
Yes.
But then they also have, my favorite's just the cheddar cheese, the block cheese that you get.
Yeah.
They have, the old school, which is my favorite. It's 18 years old, so it's old enough to vote, really, if you think about it. The cheese, they have one, the veteran, that's like 5 years old. The veteran, that's like 5 years old. 5 years old. They have dog ears, which is 7 years old. So it's really, they have a variety from cheese that's been aged 6 to 8 months to cheese that's been aged up to 20 years, I think. And the more aged, the sharper it is, and it's just so much flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I do think we need to be clear that we did get a special behind-the-scenes look, but that's not something they normally give out to the public without any kind of discussion first.
Yeah,
we don't want to make that promise to anybody.
No.
Yeah, Matt might be very confused. It's like, what are you doing in my processing plant? But you know what was the most satisfying thing about it was watching. There was a gentleman working on the mozzarella. No, excuse me, the cheddar, and he was slicing it up in like the most perfect cubes. Yep. There's something very Tetris about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was one of those weird, oddly satisfying things to watch him do, because you see he's like an artiste. He was making those like these cheese cubes, and then the other gentleman working on the mozzarella, they were all working together on one vat at a time. Yep. There was just like a lot of like shuffling of the other cheese, and it could be per cheese based on how you have to manipulate it, I guess. I don't know what
different
the correct
styles,
is.
Sure.
But
I mean, they had a big shovel, basically.
They literally had a shovel and put it in those white containers to then put into the giant walk-in fridge freezer, which was very cold. It felt good that day though, because it was hot outside. So when we walked in there, it was like, ooh. And I had a hoodie on, and I think everybody else was a little ill-prepared, and I was like, I knew this would happen.
You knew you were going to go in the freezer?
Yeah, well, you know what? I thought it would be cold for some reason, because with dairy products, I feel like you have to keep them cold regardless. You put them in the fridge. Right. So I thought, why would they be out in normal temps?
Yeah. Well, and the first part of the process is actually all heat. I mean, so they actually like raise the temperature and that, to get that, to make the cheese in the first place. So it goes from being hot to being cold rather quickly. Kind of like us.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think of that, but I was only prepared.
They pulled out those big paddles. I thought, they knew Quinn was coming. They're ready for this guy.
Oh my God.
But no, Golden Age Cheese, highly recommend. Go check them out. Get your cheese there. Another place we went to recently was we got to check out the Glenn Curtis Museum again recently, because they have a new exhibit there.
Yeah.
Which was fun because as someone who flies drone for work and everything, this felt very close to home in that sense. So I was curious to see if there was a camera application to the vertical lift exhibit, is what it's called. Let's get it. Let's actually name it what it is. The vertical lift exhibit, is that what it's called?
No.
You know what? I'm going to pass it on to Dave, because like I said, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just the guy who edits.
I actually forget the technical name, so I do apologize for that. I can run and get my phone. I have a picture of the name.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hold my
So
spot.
professional. I can only apologize. This is where we put up a technical difficulties screen of some kind. They're holding me hostage to do this podcast. Save me. All right, let's get that on mic. All right, so Dave found it. He found a photo of the... Oh, you literally have the sign. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So go ahead and read it out.
Because I knew my memory's not very good.
It's a long name.
Ascending Innovation, the Evolution of Vertical Lift Technology.
Okay.
Say that 3 times fast.
I don't even remember the first word. I believe Ascending was the first word.
Ascending Innovation. That's a clever title, really.
Basically, the exhibit is a modern, and for people who aren't familiar with aviation terms, it looks like a big drone, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like literally like a helicopter-ish drone. It has like, I'm going to guess, 6 propellers. 6 sets of propellers. Let me phrase it that way. But as I say sets, I mean two per arm.
Right. The first one, which was done in 1908, was manned. I mean, there was somebody sitting in it. It didn't get that high off the ground.
No.
But the very first vertical lift.
It is quite funny to see the image, which we have an image of. It's just a guy in a chair. I mean, it's not just a guy.
Yeah. It's a scientist, inventor, really brilliant guy, but
What was the gentleman's name who created the first?
John Newton Williams.
John Newton Williams. Okay.
And he borrowed the engine from Glenn Curtiss. So I mean that's part of the reason it's actually in the Curtiss Museum is
There's
because Glenn Curtiss, while they were part of the AEA making these, just before the Junebug flight that really put him on the map, 2 months before he goes, yeah, you can use my engine. This V8 engine that he built for the airplanes, he let John Newton Williams use that for his. We didn't have the word helicopter back then, but that's what it would have been. They had it tethered, which is kind of ironic because it ended up only getting about 1.5 feet off the ground or whatever, not very high off the ground, just a few inches at first. But it didn't know how high it was going to go. It could have shot right up. So
I know.
That's the thing about those early aviators. They were all kind of
that's a gene
daredevils. Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like that, even like
fearless
skydiving, anything in the air where I'm not touching the ground, or even in the ocean where I don't belong.
Right.
No, thank you. Not for me.
No.
But again, like when you see it's just a chair attached to a plank of like a wooden board on the bottom with this giant thing attached. You're just like, these guys have no fear.
No fear.
No fear. And tethered is smart because I mean, God knows if you're even going to come back.
Yeah. Right. The fascinating thing, and the reason that exhibit's there also, is because Boeing in 2018, they started making that big, huge drone that you saw, and they used similar principles to what Williams used. Similar principles for the flight, the vertical lift, were used by Boeing, and then later on that little drone that we saw as well, the Mars drone.
Well, we also liked the fact that Disney actually commissioned it for it to be built. Correct? Am I saying that correctly? So,
they approached Boeing, from what I understand. Yeah, they approached them about seeing if that could be done.
And then their intention was to attach components to the drone that made it look like an X-wing. And if you're familiar with an X-wing from Star Wars, it's what Luke Skywalker flies to destroy the Death Star and all that stuff. So
if you didn't know that, sorry about the spoiler.
Oh yeah, it only came out in 1977, but
some people are slow getting around to it.
It's on Disney Plus. Watch it.
It was pretty cool to see, though. They had the shell.
Yes.
The X-wing on there. It looked very realistic.
Because they did because we saw a picture of it, and you can find a video of when they flew it around Disney World, and they did a very good job making it look like an X-wing, that like the parts were covering a lot of the elements of the drone itself, so it didn't really look like a drone.
Right.
And I imagine too that the blades are spinning so fast you don't even see those.
Right.
So you're literally just seeing an X-wing flying around. You're just like, it's every kid's dream come true. And not only that, it's one of 13?
12.
One of 12. I was there.
You were doing the baker's dozen.
I was going baker's dozen. Yep. But it's one of 12, and the one that's in Glenn Curtiss is number 1.
Yep.
Am I correct in saying that? Okay.
Yeah, the first prototype.
The first prototype.
The 10th prototype is the X-wing, which is in the Smithsonian. in
Yes.
Washington, D.C. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I just like the fact that, flight is so many different things.
Yes.
It's not just taking off in a plane and going horizontal or whatever. I mean, there's the vertical aspect. Balloons at one point, they thought that was going to be the next thing even before airplanes, the dirigible stuff,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just fascinating how, we travel itself has kind of evolved. And Curtis has been, a big advocate, even though he wasn't doing the vertical lift, he was an advocate for that. And
Right.
really you think about the fact that he was sharing his stuff that he worked hard to build, sharing it with other people so they could achieve flight
Yes.
and also make things better. I think that just says a lot for the man.
Talking about cheese, talking about drones.
Drones.
The drones make me hungry. I don't know.
The cheese didn't make you hungry, but
Not
the drone.
cheese, though. The drones make me hungry.
It's all that work you have to put in.
That's right.
Drone flying.
Yeah, it does it all itself. And
Oh,
it
yeah.
just there's nothing else to do but
You got to do this. with
It's
your thumbs.
tiring.
Yeah.
It's tiring. But how about we move on over to lunchtime?
That sounds good.
Okay. So great plate. I don't know how to speak English anymore. Great place.
What I think Quinn's trying to say is a great place to eat in Corning is the Butcher's Son, right on Market Street.
You know what? We're gonna leave that in. We're gonna leave in my struggle. Dave saves it there. Butcher's Son.
Butcher's Son.
Very fascinating place to get a burger. Burger is the primary thing you can get there, pretty much, as a restaurant element to it, because it's got two elements to it. It is literally a butcher shop,
Yes.
as well,
Old school.
as a place to get a burger, and their fries are good. Not only that, recently their Ghost Burger won some kind of competition. Do you remember what it was called?
Best burger from New York State.
Best Burger for New York State. I knew what it was. I was just going to get Dave to say it.
How'd I do?
I mean, I assume you're right because I have no idea.
From what I understand, that burger scored the highest it's ever been scored on that competition.
Really?
Yep, since the competition began. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep. It was quite the high results. People just
Yeah.
loved it. I mean, we've been there. We've had it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, it's
but
fabulous.
I love that fact. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, we can call it out. I mean, they were on the Steuben Burger Trail for a couple years. They were voted locally. They were voted the best burger in Steuben County a couple times.
Yes.
And on social media and stuff like that. So we kind of already knew that. It's nice to see
absolutely.
that other people are appreciating what they're doing because they really are great.
Highly recommend. I mean, I think the awards speak for itself.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is with the lunchtime segment?
You get hungry?
We get so hungry after we talk about it every time. Anyway, Dave, it was great having you on again.
It's great to be here.
I don't know if they're ever going to let us on again.
I don't know that. I mean, like I said, Brandon, Maddie nailed it. I'm
know.
out for them, man.
I think some executive decisions might need to be made.
They might need to be for sure.
All right. Well, thanks for watching this month's episode, and tune in next time.